Hey guys, it's Sagar, and in this video I'm going to unbox this iPhone 15, tell you guys what all it offers and give you my impressions about it. I think all the color options for the iPhone 15 series are a bit underwhelming this time. Personally, I like a bit brighter looking colors, and this time we did not have any sort of bright colors to choose from. This is going to be my wife's phone, and out of the available options, she liked how the black and green ones look, and in the end we decided to go with the green one. Even after 2 years, I still think that the green color that we had for the iPhone 13 was one of the best looking colors for the iPhones in a while. Coming to the price, this iPhone 15 starts at 79,900 for the 128GB variant, which is the same price at which the iPhone 14 and even the iPhone 13 were launched at. Now, since these phones are now being assembled in India right from the beginning, I was hoping for the prices to come down a bit, but for some reason we did not see that happen. There are also 256 and 512GB storage options, which will set you back 89,900 rupees and 1,09,900 rupees respectively. If you have been looking at the iPhone unboxing videos for the last couple of years, you won't see any surprises here. Well, except for one. This is what the Indian retail box looks like. We have been getting these pull tab stickers instead of plastic wrapping on Apple products since a while now. Once we tear them off and lift the lid, we have this barely green iPhone 15 sitting at the top. Finally, we have a frosted matte finish back on the regular iPhones. I'll keep it aside for a while. After the phone, there is this new braided cable with USB Type-C ports at both the ends. We get this new cable because the Lightning port, which had been on all of the iPhones for the last 11 years, has now been replaced by USB Type-C port. Next, we have the SIM tray ejection pin because outside of the US, all the iPhones still have a physical SIM tray. Then there are some leaflets with warranty and regulatory information and a single Apple sticker which goes straight into my collection. Alright, let us remove the protective covering from the display of this green iPhone 15 and take a better look at it. From the first look, nothing much seems to have changed compared to the last year's iPhone 14 or even from the iPhone 13 for that matter. We still get the flat edges, all the buttons and ports are in the same place as before. This one even gets a mute switch as the action button is only found on the iPhone 15 Pros. Even the camera placement at the back remains the same. But if you look closer, the edges of the side frame are now slightly curved. Apple calls these contoured edges because they of course need to have a fancy name for everything. This basically makes the iPhone 15 feel a lot more comfortable in the hand. I personally never had an issue with the squared off sharper edges of the iPhone 12, 13 or the 14, but I'm sure many people felt a bit of discomfort if they have been using this phone for a long time without a case. So this little change makes a big difference to that. Well, I still like how the flat frame looks, but I have to agree that this design change does make the iPhone feel a bit more comfortable in the hand. Other than this and the frosted back, the iPhone 15 looks largely the same as the iPhone 14. Well, that is until you turn the display on. That is when you see the new dynamic island, which replaces the notch that was on the previous iPhones. Last year it was only available for Pro iPhones, but this year the regular ones get it as well. It unlocks a host of new features and a beautiful new interface to interact with your phone. If you guys want, I'll make a dedicated video about all of the things that this new dynamic island can do on the new iPhones. The rest of the display also gets a few updates. The resolution is now 2556 by 1179 pixel, so same as the Pro models. It can now get much brighter, up to 1600 nits of peak brightness while watching HDR content and up to 2000 nits of peak brightness when you're outside in direct sunlight. Even the typical brightness is now bumped up to 1000 nits, up from 800 nits on the iPhone 14. Sadly, the refresh rate stays at 60Hz, so ProMotion is still only limited to the Pro iPhones. It is not as big of a deal as some people are making it to look like. Sadly, they are doing that because they need more views and interaction on their videos and social media platforms. 60Hz on an iPhone is still extremely smooth, and people coming from older iPhones or even from current budget Android phones won't feel like they are missing out on anything by using a 60Hz display. Although that is true, I think it was really time that Apple gave us a 120Hz display just because of how much the iPhone 15 costs. You can take any other phone in this price range or even much lower, and it does come with a high refresh rate display. I will talk about this in much more detail in one of my upcoming videos. For now, let us look at the internals. This iPhone 15 packs in the same A16 Bionic chip that we saw inside the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max, so it gets a slight upgrade over the iPhone 14. It still packs in 6GB of RAM, which seems to be plenty for this phone to run without any hiccups. It gets a 3349 mAh battery, which is only a marginal improvement over the 3279 mAh battery of the iPhone 14. But hopefully, the battery backup will be just as good, if not better than the iPhone 14. For charging, you do get the USB Type-C cable in the box, but you will have to buy your charger separately unless you have a USB Type-C charger lying around in your house. If you're going to get a new charger, go with a 30W USB Type-C charger, because this phone can charge at a maximum speed of 23 watts. It doesn't charge super fast, but it can go from 0 to 50% in 30 minutes. iPhone 15 is running on iOS 17 out of the box, and combining that with the A16 Bionic chip its performance should be buttery smooth for years to come. Now we come to what I feel is the biggest upgrade for this iPhone 15, its cameras. The main rear camera now gets a 48 megapixel sensor with f1.6 aperture and a 26mm lens. So now you're getting the exact same main camera as the iPhone 14 Pro from last year on this year's normal iPhone. The ultra-wide camera retains the 12 megapixel sensor with f2.4 aperture. I would have loved if this one also got upgraded and got the ability to shoot macro images, but that is not the case. With all of that, if you really think about it, this regular non-Pro iPhone 15 is last year's iPhone 14 Pro minus the stainless steel frame, 120Hz ProMotion display and 3x telephoto lens. You do get a 2x lossless zoom on this year's iPhone 15, so that brings it even closer to last year's Pro series iPhones. I don't think everyone understands how significant this is. I am especially talking about Indian market right now. Last year, the iPhone 14 Pro started at 1,29,900 rupees, and this year you can get 95% of the same features that it offered in a much lighter package and at a starting price of just 79,900 rupees. If you guys really think about it, you are basically getting an iPhone 14 Pro for 50,000 rupees less. And I think that makes the iPhone 15 one of the best upgrades that Apple has brought in quite some time. If you guys have been following me for some time, you know that I am already working on a dedicated camera review and comparing its cameras with a few other phones, so make sure you have the notifications turned on if you don't want to miss those videos. Until then, if you want to get this phone, I will really appreciate if you get it from the affiliate links in the description section. So what are your initial impressions about this iPhone 15 and which of these is your favorite color? Let me know in the comments. If you're upgrading to this phone, please let me know in the comments which phone are you upgrading from. That is it for this video guys. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to the channel for a lot more quality tech videos like this. You can also check out some of the other videos from this channel. This has been Sagar and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.